Hi everyone, and welcome to my assembly row video number 1 of 6. If you are new to my channel, please go ahead and click that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on all of my LEGO projects. If you are a returning viewer, you'll probably be familiar with at least the idea here. I've talked quite a bit in my last few city tour videos about my plans for a certain section of my city, and I mentioned in last month's video how it was going to be inspired. This project was inspired by Assembly Square, the official Assembly Square Lego set. So you can see I've got concept here on the outside, which is very similar to the cafe area with the cafe building area of Assembly Square. The chairs and table on the outside is very reminiscent of that portion of the build. However, I did take this one, in fact, this particular building, which is a sub shop, in case you haven't figured that out yet. That's supposed to be a piece of bread. This is a building similar to like a Subway or a Quiznos or any one of those sandwich slash sub slash grinder slash hero slash whatever you call it in your neck of the woods shop. It's this is probably the least look-alike of the buildings. I've got several others that will look very similar to some of the concepts from Assembly Square. I forget which number this was in the design process, but I thought this would be a fun one to show off as the first build because it is, for the most part, it's a custom mock. I mean, again, some concepts are borrowed from Assembly Square, but this is pretty much my own design here. So I got a number of things to show you. Talk about the exterior. We've got the 1x1 profile bricks in light bluish gray, and these are hinge bricks that make a little more three-dimensional. They stick out a little bit going up the side, each side, as well as on the back of the building, which I'll show you in a little bit. I've got each building within these. Again, there will be 6 in total, at least in phase 1. There'll be 6 buildings in total. Each one has its own sort of color scheme. So in this case, I went with maroon and white. That is inspired mostly by, and you may not have these in your area, but if you do, you're familiar with them. It's a place called Firehouse Subs. That dark red is very prominent in those buildings. So as I was working on the design phase and thinking about what I could do, I thought a lot about a Firehouse Subs shop, and that's where I came up with the idea for the dark red. It's also where I ended up settling on these axes, these battle axes, as part of the roof. Originally wanted to do fire axes. There's plenty of those parts available from each and every fire station that comes out every year, so I thought, well, they'll be available on Bricklink. Well, it didn't look quite right in Digital Designer. The axe itself was just a little too small for what I wanted it to do. So that's the exterior front. I'll take a look. This is the side. Again, these are designed mostly to be alongside modulars, so you will not see the side of the building. So the fact that this dark red kind of comes in different shades a little bit is not going to be a huge problem for me. You won't even see the side of the building. You'll see it on the inside, but it is what it is. I also borrowed this roof, the see-through glass panes, the skylight, if you will, from that same cafe top. If you remember, it's the cafe on the first floor, the music store on the second floor, and the third floor was a dance studio. Well, then it had this skylight. So that's what I did there. Again, another concept borrowed from Assembly Square. Same thing kind of here with the ivy coming up the back. That was the back of the cafe in Assembly Square. Same thing. I got a back door for shipments and deliveries of food items or whatever. So that's the back, and then this other side on the outside is basically just the same with this gray. That you'll see why that's gray in just a moment. So take a look at the interior. This pops off easily enough. Again, just like a modular building. And on the inside, we have a number of cool little things. So I did here, over right here, I did a soda machine. That's supposed to be a soda machine. I've got the red to represent Coke, the green to represent Sprite, orange, and then the blue will, orange soda, and then the blue will represent obviously Pepsi or maybe just water in case someone didn't want to have a soda. So I've got your typical sort of deli style sandwich order. Those are, can't really tell right now, but these over here are pieces of chicken, turkey legs, if you will. They're turkey leg piece that I'm using to represent either chicken or whatever. So you kind of, the idea is you come in through the front door, make your way down to the station, the meat station over here, and the owner starts preparing your sandwich for you. In the middle here, I've got some cheese, orange cheese. I've got some lettuce, a green lettuce is from red, and then the just below where my finger is a 1x1 round. I guess is either mayonnaise or ranch dressing or whatever you want to call it. Some kind of condiment that you would put on a sandwich. A couple of cups for those people who want to get a drink from the soda fountain soda machine. A little register. That's more styled after the bakery section of Assembly Square. So when you see that, again, concepts from Assembly Square, I'm not going to hide it. Don't be surprised if you see some more of that stuff as we go along from the other buildings. In the back, I've got a sink so that you can wash the knives, which I also have knives there. Again, some lettuce, maybe some peppers, tomato, more cheese, and then a sandwich that's on the grill being grilled. I've also built a little convection oven behind the store owner for those types of sandwiches that get heated up. Grilled cheese, whatever. Then the other side, on the inside, is just a little seating area. Oops, there goes some of the turkey legs. I knew that was going to happen. Tried to block that off as best as I could. But so if you don't want to sit outside, you can sit on the inside. A couple seats. That's pretty much it. I really was happy with this. Wasn't sure after, sometimes pieces fit in Digital Designer and they don't fit when you put them into practice. So I was a little concerned about that. That was the biggest concern. And really happy that it did actually hook into those 1x1 bricks that have the hooks on them. So again, that's pretty much it. That's building 1 of 6, what I am calling my sub shop. You'll see kind of why in the next city video why I decided to do 1-story buildings. Part of it had to do with the fact that stairs are kind of a nuisance for me. I get now why LEGO has such a hard time with the official sets and where to place them. They're quite literally a pain. So I decided to go with 1-story buildings, and I think that's really going to work out to my favor. So stay tuned for the next city video. I will be adding this. It's actually going to go right next to Downtown Diner for now. I may shuffle some things around once I'm done. Some of these buildings have a lot of white in them, so I don't want too many of the white buildings right next to each other, but we'll have to see how all that plays out. So anyway, thank you for watching my sub shop assembly row number 1 of 6 video. Again, if you are new to my channel, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. Don't forget to leave a comment with your thoughts in the comment section. And if you could please give this video a thumbs up to let me know that you like buildings like this and that you want to see more of them. Thanks for watching.